So I'm going to go over a deadlift stance box squat. This is the second time I'm doing in my training cycle. If you check a few days ago, last Friday, I did box squats with as high as 355 pounds. And I've squatted 360 before as a PR about 4 months ago, 3 months ago. And today I actually went as high as 385. I wanted to go to 400, 405, get the 4 plates, but I just didn't feel good. I actually wasn't going to even work out, but luckily I had a shirt that said every day is a training day, and it's like I gotta fucking work out. So I went and worked out anyway. I kept it low volume. All I did was squats and deadlifts, and I did partial range of motion. So when you do a box squat, whether it be a deadlift stance box squat or the traditional box squat, you get the advantage of getting some training volume in and working some adaptations for particular ranges of motion. If you're, again, I'm kind of training sort of a powerlifter style training, is that it allows you to not beat yourself up, because box squats are just not as hard on your body as traditional squats are, which is really cool. So it allows you to train more volume, train more frequently, and squat regularly. Like on Monday, about 2 days ago, I squatted 315 for 8 reps and for 6 reps, and that's the most I've ever done at that weight. And that does beat me up. My knees are a little tired, my back's a little tight. So the ability to do the box squat helps me train for the purpose that I want, which is a 500-pound deadlift this year and a 600-pound deadlift next year. But it also gets me accustomed to weight, which is kind of cool. Like if have you ever lifted heavy weight before? You can or go for a PR. You get that kind of apprehension and fear that you might not make the weight, or you're gonna miss, or just a bunch of stuff that goes through your head, just negative thoughts about you not being successful. And the cool thing about the box squat is that you have some safety underneath you, or in this case, the lower range of motion I'm using, because I'm doing a deadlift stance. I'm not going nearly as low, so I'm pretty safe. I can put a lot more weight on there. The only thing that was really holding me back was my elbow. My elbows and my shoulders are so tight, it puts a lot of stress on my elbows, and that's really the main thing. I need to get some elbow reps. But I wanted to say is that it gets you accustomed to heavy weights, so that when it comes time to squat 385 or squat a heavy weight, you've already been doing it. You just haven't been doing it for full ranges of motion. You've been doing it for partial ranges of motion, but it's not brand new weight you've never felt before. Because if you've ever squatted or gotten up to a certain weight, you know that when you unrack 300 pounds or whatever weight it may be, it doesn't really feel super heavy. It's really at the bottom, or for most people, it's at the bottom when you start to lag and you start to have trouble. Like in my case, it's my lower back. It's my flexibility problems that prevent me from wanting to get, because my legs are super strong. I have some big legs, I have some big hamstrings, quads, and calves, and I have a good base. But the problem is my lower back is not strong enough to tolerate the weight, or I have my left side, which is stronger than my other. So the advantage of doing this exercise is it allows to change range of motion. If you've seen this video also, I'm doing some block pulls. I'm doing from 6-inch blocks, and this is immediately after my box squats, and I'm pretty beat up, I'm pretty tired, and I didn't know how I was going to do, and I definitely didn't feel very strong at all, because I was lifting 365, I'm deadlifting here, I went up to as high as 365, and I went to 385, and off 6-inch blocks, it felt pretty heavy. I mean, like I pulled my neck, my elevator a little bit, so it kind of hurts to turn, not too much, but it definitely noticeable enough to a point where if I push it really hard, I'm going to have a bigger problem. So I'm kind of trying to be a little conservative with the way I lift. Don't want to, like Mark Bell says, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So even though I can, I'm not going to, because I want to make sure that I can keep training at the volume that I am. I'm still debating if I'm going to train tomorrow or not. But again, like I said, these ranges of motion, like 6-inch block pulls or deadlift stance box squats on a higher box, it allows you to get training volume with heavy weight, but not have it tax your body nearly the same way as full range of motion does. So anyways, thanks for watching my video. Hope you got some good information out of it. If you can click like for me, I'd really appreciate it. Make a comment below. I can make some other videos if you have any other requests about weightlifting. And I'll talk to you soon.